smart!
Oh, my God.
No, it's nothing bad. I'm getting married.
You're what?
I'm getting married.
Oh, my God, you're getting married?
Lucas Scott, you may kiss your bride.
Finally. Will you marry me?
There were two kids from different sides of I-80. She was a suburbanite, lover of all things Florida, and a unique individual that found true passion in her graphing calculator. He was born in a town that you may not find on a map, a die-hard Cubs fan since birth, and a man that still has hope that one day he will become Superman. This is the tale of two math nerds who bleed orange and blue, traveled across the world to rekindle their love in their Irish homeland, and realize their true devotion to one another in the city known for corrupt politics, gridlock traffic, and a baseball team that hasn't won a World Series since 1908. This is the story of Matt Bain and Jenny Gallagher, who have managed to put up with each other's bickering for the past 7 years, and have now decided to tie the knot. Finally. This is Jenny and Matt, True Hollywood Story.
The True Hollywood Story. What you gonna do?
Jennifer Lynn Gallagher was welcomed into the world on October 30th, 1984 by proud parents Debbie and Jim. A happy little bundle of joy since the day she was born, Jenny was a bright-eyed, smiley baby. She slept when she was supposed to, never grew fussy, and caught on quick when it was time for potty training. But it was at this stage in life that Jenny's picky eating habits began to surface. Pizza sauce, mashed potatoes, green vegetables, yellow vegetables, red vegetables, purple vegetables, and the list went on and on and on. Faced with limited options, Debbie forced Jenny to eat orange vegetables, and lots of them, but eventually they turned Jenny's skin into an orange hue. Sadly, it never completely faded. As a toddler, Jenny accepted a role as an Oompa Loompa in the movie Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. If you are wise, you'll listen to me. 100 miles away, in the small town of Washington, Illinois, a monster child was born. Matthew Elliott Bain was born on November 16, 1984. From the moment parents Mary Kay and Mark left the hospital, their lives became a living hell. Mary Kay and Mark truly had no idea what evil lurked within their son's soul. The crying was so intense and so constant that sleep became a rare commodity, not only in the Bain household, but in the entire neighborhood. Next-door neighbor, Dog Chapman, recalls losing his job during his struggle through Matt's infancy.
Ran out of money, crack, and girlfriends and everything. I hit bottom.
Matt continued to terrorize those closest to him until Father Mark took matters into his own hands. Always strict with disciplining, Mark forced Matt to spend hours with a bucket on his head to mute the sound of his crying. As a child, Jenny loved to talk and tell stories about her day at school. Oftentimes, her parents would avoid asking her questions so they didn't have to listen to her long-winded tales. After a while, her parents got smart and sent Jenny to Florida every summer to visit family to enjoy peace and quiet. As Jenny got older, she became more and more influenced by her mischievous Irish twin brother, Jimmy. Partners in crime, you'd often find them playing outside in the yard and plotting their next big prank. Jenny wasn't your typical little girl. She preferred action figures to Barbie dolls and would rather wear a basketball jersey instead of a dress. As a teenager, Jenny claimed that her favorite basketball team was the Charlotte Hornets. She decorated her entire room in their team colors, but never quite learned any of the players' names. Throughout high school, Jenny focused her time on two things: school and Ulta. Never a big fan of the extracurricular activities, Jenny spent all of her time studying. She graduated high school at the top of her class, which landed her a first-class ticket to the University of Illinois. Throughout Matt's toddler years, he developed a deep relationship with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Superman. These heroic figures provided Matt with a very masculine influence that unfortunately didn't stick. As the new baby sister, Laura was growing old enough for Matt to play with. Matt's personality began to shift. Matt and Laura shared a lot of interests together, maybe almost too many. Childhood friends and rock star Bret Michaels recalls Matt's interests as a child.
He was the first person to ever give me a perm, and I believe it was the last perm I ever got.
Matt drifted further and further away from the Ninja Turtles and Superman, and he began taking after April O'Neil and Lois Lane. Matt and Laura became best friends, from bath time together, to playing puzzles, games, and dress-up. They were inseparable siblings. Father, Mark, became concerned that Matt was becoming too feminine. Once Matt started carrying around a purse, concern turned to panic, so Mark put the bucket back on his head. Through high school, Matt kept busy playing soccer, strumming the guitar, and reading. He worked hard through school and was accepted into the University of Illinois at Champaign-Urbana. In the fall of 2003, Matt and Jenny entered the University of Illinois as freshmen, and both moved into Forbes' dorm. Matt was young and enthusiastic, and he quickly took a liking to a young woman in his dorm. Her name was Jenny, and they hit it off immediately. With Jenny by his side, Matt quickly befriended his entire dorm, with the exception of one person. Best friend, roommate, and All-American beauty Hadleigh had deep concerns that Matt wasn't a good fit for Jenny. Hadleigh knew that there was something about Matt that wasn't quite right. Jenny and Hadleigh were best friends since kindergarten, so Jenny valued her opinion. She knew that if Hadleigh didn't approve of Matt, there would never be a future in their relationship. Fortunately for Jenny, after time, Hadleigh began to warm to Matt, and realized they had much more in common than she thought. After a few months adjusting to college life, Matt decided to join a nerdy engineering fraternity, where he befriended one of his most important people he would ever meet. Greg was a year older, a year wiser, a year better looking, and graciously took Matt under his wing. The two shared common interests in Superman, video games, and local fine dining establishments. It was Greg's influence that led Matt's addiction to World of Warcraft online video game. Matt began spending hours in his room, sometimes forgetting to eat, sleep, and use the bathroom. His addiction caused Matt to fall into a tailspin that was so severe that he could be seen in public dressed as his online persona, and the line between fantasy and reality started to blur. From Mariska Haggerty recalls being around Matt during his addiction to video games.
It was really hard and really depressing and painful, scary.
But with the threats from Jenny about ending the relationship, Matt was forced to make a quick recovery. As college went on, Jenny and Matt's relationship continued to grow stronger with every beer they drank. Never wanting to spend a moment apart, Jenny and Matt did just about everything together. From math homework to Saturday night frat parties, the two were always joined at the hip. After graduation, Jenny left Champaign, moved to the big city, and started a job at Aeon. Co-worker Denzel Washington recalls Jenny's success.
She's fantastic. I think the sky's the limit for her.
Within no time, Matt made his move to the Windy City to be with his one true love. Their relationship continued to grow deeper than either had ever imagined, and a year later, they decided to live together. On November 21st, 2009, Matt took Jenny back to where it all started and popped the big question. Without a moment of hesitation, Jenny said yes to one man that holds the key to her heart. Friends and family came together to celebrate the newly engaged Illini, and Jenny and Matt never seemed happier. After the break, find out if Jenny's cold feet leaves Matt alone at the altar.